G'day guys, welcome to another Mow It Free Monday. Mick here. This property is a gigantic property, as you no doubt start to notice. As you all are aware, nobody is exempt from a Mow It Free Monday. I can do it for people who are actually in need, and I can do it for people who are time poor or for whatever the circumstances are. I don't make judgment on anybody. So as you know, anyone and everyone can be at some point offered a Mow It Free Monday. This one in particular was a typical Mick find, and I couldn't help myself but offer them a Mow It Free Monday for reasons that will remain with me. What I will say is that the owners of this property are first responders, and I was more than happy to offer them this cleanup. Hope you enjoy it, guys. It's a really good one. My usual, as you know, all kinds of chaos, but it is enjoyable. Hope you enjoy the video. Goodness gracious, have a look at the size of this tree. All that brown stuff you see on the floor are the pine needles of this monster tree. Well guys, I don't judge who gets a Mow It Free Monday. Anyone is worthy of it, but goodness gracious, why do I do this to myself? Why don't I just find normal overgrown yards? Yeah, I know I'm using the blower for no reason whatsoever. Anyway, I think we can all agree that this looks 10 times better. Maybe 100 times better. Okay, so begins, the paddock clearance. You might be wondering why I'm doing all of this with the whippersnipper here. I can get the lawnmower down here, but there's so many of these large rocks that it's just gonna probably kill my lawnmower, so not worth it. Didn't see that one coming. Oh, while we're here, I don't think I have to go any further than that. Pretty sure from memory. So that's good. Now we go back the other way. Hello, chicken. Don't get scared of me, it's fine. I've got 5 of my own. Okay, so one last thing I'm going to do while I'm here is show you the path that we need to take to get to the water tanks. So I am going to have to clear just a walk path along here, along here, along here, over to this monstrosity. Once I finish this path, I then have to clear around the water tanks themselves. So look at this for a view. That is incredible. Because it's winter here, this should hopefully not grow back so quickly between maintenance anyway. Found myself a gigantic citrus tree. Everything's just huge here. Remember when we walked this path previously, how overgrown it was? Now it's looking good. You can even see the water hose, which is good because we'll be able to keep an eye on that for inspection and maintenance. Give me 1 sec so I can pick up my whippersnipper so I don't come back for it. Alright, I've got a surprise for you guys in the next segment. I have a friend who is coming to assist, and some of you would remember her. That's the only clue you're going to get at this stage. I'm excited because it means I'm going to have some help. Alright, that's today's segment done. I'm going to go home and have myself a well-deserved shower. Click base. I'm not going to do here because it's really important to keep this up so it reduces the ground decaying, reduces all of that, so the roots of these plants will keep everything intact, which is good. And this is a runoff, water runoff, so we're just going to leave that as is. It's cleared so it's safe, but that needs to remain. Now there's safe access to the water tanks, and they can access their hoses in order to maintain them. And there's a nice safe walking path. Beautiful. Alright, thank you. I haven't introduced Kate. My loyal followers would know all about Kate. Just make sure to check out her channel, Sprocket Spinners, on YouTube. Alright, let me show you something. This is native raspberry or blackberry, I can't remember exactly. You can eat these. That's not ready, but see, they've got a few of them there. It's a very spiky plant. It's got some serious thorns to it. I am going to reduce it slightly just to clean this area up, but these grow prolifically, so there's no issues with cutting it back because it will grow. Alright, so next is we'll clear along this fence line just as it goes down to the slope, just to clear it up. That's all the owner wants. Alright guys, this is last. It's going to be very difficult to keep the camera where it needs to be for you, so I'm going to do my best. Wow guys, is all I can say. We're nearly there. It is so steep. I can't get right to the top because it's just too dangerous. I can't keep my footing right, and there's a wire fence there, so I can't get in through it. But that's okay because it's very steep, and the last thing we want is those removed anyway, because it's just going to lead to more erosion. So I think it's better for them to be there.
This corner over here, Mick.
Oh, you know, I wanted you to do more work. We're on the last 20% of this battery. Anyway, while I've got you guys, these new DJI cameras that I've got are so much better than the old GoPro I had. I would have gone through 3 batteries on the GoPro. I'm still on the original battery with this one, and this is about 2.5 hours into it. Really bloody good. Anyway, there it is guys, we're done. We cleared the mountain, literally. I hate looking at that, because you know what I'm like. I really want to clear that, but I can't keep my footing up there. There's just no safe way of doing it. Can't do it from the other side, because the other side's a big garden bed. So I'd be squashing all the veggies, which I can do. However, it's a lot better, and it'll keep the erosion to a minimum, which is really necessary in this field. Alright, we're done. How do you feel, Kate? As good as I feel? I think she's about to show me.
Crocodile just chilling in the grass.
Of course.
You gotta be aware of predators out here.
I wonder why those llamas and sheep didn't come over to us. They're probably scared of the whippersnippers.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, right. Some random toy.
What? Mow it, Mick!
Ah, well. Guys, let us know in the comments if you want to see a permanent team up with Mick and Kate. You never know what the future holds.